Hey everyone, it's Michael Greenwood. Right, so for this video, I'm going to be talking about using video content for leverage. How you can actually buy back some more time by recording videos. So the barrier to entry on this is pretty low. You've got a phone already, it's got a camera on it, it's got a microphone on it. So if you've got a laptop, you can use your laptop for video. So, number one rule is to just get started with it. So, one of my favorite books is Ready, Fire, Aim. It's get ready, have an idea, implement it, course correct along the way. So, an iterative improvement approach. No procrastination, no analysis paralysis, uh, no mental masturbation on, oh, try this, shall I try this? And, reading around the subject or anything like that. Just get started, start recording, and get a video out there, basically. I'm not going to be editing this video. So if I can do this, then, you can do this as well. Just make a start and get some video content out there. So one of the best ways of creating videos, because a lot of people said to me a lot of the time, a lot of business owners have said, Michael, I'll create two or three videos and then I'll run out of ideas. If pre-production, if ideation is what you're stuck at, then there's a plethora of different ways of getting ideas. You can use AI. You can get some ideas from that. But the best way of doing it is to just start with a pen and paper, pen and pad. Um, just write down what your customers are asking you. Write down what your prospects are asking you. Write down all the objections that you're getting in your sales calls. And also, if you don't have any customers yet, then go on to Google and there's a little section where there's answers to frequently asked questions and do a video about those. And an objection that I'm hearing in my head that a lot of prospects and some clients said to me is, well, that's already been done before. Somebody's already done that. Somebody's already done a video on that, Michael. There's already a video out there. But the thing is, you've got your own unique take on things. You're a unique individual. Only you can talk about your topic the way that you can talk about it. I don't believe that people just do business with people who they like. I think that people do business with people who can solve the problems. I like my milkman, but I wouldn't trust him to run my Google ads. So people have got to be competent and know what they're doing. Maybe you might have a milkman who can also run Google ads, but I don't think mine can. Well, I've never asked him. Maybe he can. Um, but there will be lots and lots and lots and lots, hundreds and hundreds of different topics that you can create videos about. And even when you've created a video about a certain topic, you might want to re-record it anyway. When you've got a better camera, when you've got a better microphone, when you've got better lighting, when you can adjust your tonality to, you know, make your communication hit the mark that little bit better. But the point is, we don't need to wait until we're not going for perfectionism. Done is better than perfect. Right. So I'll give you some examples. Let's say that you're a logo designer. I'm going to go to Google now. I'm not going to share my screen or anything like that, but I'm going to go to Google and I'm going to type in logo design, right? So the questions that come up around logo design, we've got loads of questions. What are the 5 key factors in creating a logo? What are the 7 types of logo design? What are some design questions? So one of them is, what problem are we looking to solve? Who we're designing for? What is the scope? Who's our target audience? What are the 3 golden rules of logo design, originality, memorability, clarity. A logo's got to be clear on a pen, for example, as clear as it is on a billboard or on a video. Got to be not too much detail. You want clarity. You don't want little text, little font sizes. What makes a good logo? It's appropriate, distinctive, memorable, simple. So you could do a video about that. And then let's say I'll pick another one at random. So let's say you're a roofer. So what kind of questions do you get asked? Do you do estimates? What is the best roofing material? Do you use subcontractors? Do you use subbies? What kind of insurance have you got? Have you got insurance? Are you local? Do you offer a warranty? So you could do a video on each one of those. But it goes a bit deeper than that. You know, if you want to have a real video strategy, you can use some hooks. So if I go to ChatGPT and I stick with that same one, in fact, I'll pick a different one. The roofers, so solicitors. So I'm going to go to ChatGPT and give me some video hooks based on pain points for family solicitors. We'll pick a niche, family solicitors, not generically solicitors, family solicitors. Right. These are some hooks. Tired of clients ghosting after the first consult. Our DIY divorce has eaten into your business. Spending hours chasing paperwork. So the pain point is about admin overload and efficiency. Struggling to stand out from other family solicitors. So that's from that perspective. I'm just going to say, give me from the perspective of someone looking to hire a family solicitor. So you can do that. Right. Lots of different hooks here. So you could really start to resonate with your target audience with creating these videos. So, for example, one of the hooks is I had no idea what my rights were as a parent, and the pain point there is uncertainty about child custody, parenting arrangements, things like that. And what that prospective client will be looking for is for the solicitor to break this down in a simple way, and that can be broken down in a simple way in a video, and that can give the client or the prospective client the confidence to actually move forward. So what I'm saying is, if the solicitor can provide that service of letting the parents know what their rights will be, which is one of those kind of, you know, typical questions, those frequently asked questions, those FAQs, then, and they can see that in the video before they've even contacted that solicitor, that can really go a long way in warming them up, and, you know, taking them further through that sales process. So look, if you've got two family solicitors or two of any type of business, if you've got videos and you can answer the frequently asked questions, the sales objections, all that kind of thing, that is one of the best ways of building that know, like, and trust. And it's a very high leverage business activity as well. So if you look, if you answer the phone, so if I answer the phone now to a prospect and they say, "Hey, Michael, how long does it take to start seeing results from Facebook ads or Google ads? Or what's the best kind of video that I'd need for my roofing business or my dental practice?" I can answer that thing to that one. I can answer that question to that person on the phone, that prospect who's not a client yet. But then what I can do is go and create that video and then people can see that, and and the phone call I get from that prospect might be something like, oh, I know the answer to that, Michael. I watched your video. Oh yeah, you did a video about that as well. That really resonated. They might have watched um, a few minutes, a few hours even worth of your content before they even give you a call. So they're so warmed up. They're so further down your funnel. Then it's like, take me money, Michael. You're the one built that know, like, and trust. Looked at the social proof, seen my video testimonials as well. So the thing is, every video's got a place in the funnel. Video testimonials there for conversion videos. Build that know, like, and trust. Proof that you can do what you say you're going to do. Short form videos, top of the funnel. So answering all these frequently asked questions that people type in. So I'll just put common objections to hiring a family solicitor, for example. So if you're watching this, you're a solicitor, you're not doing video, you might be leaving money on the table. Right, one, it's too expensive. That's the reason why they do the DIY. I don't want to make things worse. Yeah, I just want a amicable divorce, for example. So it's fear of escalating conflict, especially when there's, you want an amicable split, especially if you've got a manipulative partner, children involved as well. You don't want to change that. So the deeper concern is if I get a lawyer, it's going to start a war. It's going to start like a war. And then, but your response to that would be choosing a solicitor who's non-adversarial in terms of that approach. So mediation, collaborative in terms of how they deliver that service. So collaborative law, and then reassurance with some clarity, and so everybody knows where they are and stuff like that. So you could do a video as a solicitor alleviating that. So the up could be, I don't want to make things worse. You don't want to make, and then moving on to your approach as a solicitor to, how you work with your clients and stuff like that. So another one is another objection might be, do I even need a solicitor? Can't I just Google it and DIY do it myself, stuff like that. So there's all kinds of ways of doing it. So yeah, video is so powerful in terms of it's a very once you've created a video once, I'm not saying just create one video. You need a bunch of videos as part of a strategy, and to do a good job of them. But what I'm saying is, don't let lack of equipment hold you back. You've got a phone, you've got your camera, you've got a microphone on there. The iPhone, there's not been that much of a jump between, if you're an iPhone user, there's not been that much of a jump between the iPhone 15 and iPhone 16. The iPhone 16, it's got the iPhone 16 Pro and the Pro Max have got 4 microphones. Not sure about the others. I've not even looked at those. But the 16 Pro and Pro Max, 4 microphones, really good quality. And obviously, like with any microphone, you want to be pretty close, to get nice audio quality. So you've got a good. You might want to get a wireless mic if you're a bit further back, but if you're quite close, then you can just do it with an iPhone or an Android phone, Samsung, Galaxy, something like that. So like the S24, pretty good camera, microphones, and everything like that. So the cameras these days, there's so if you want to go down the mirrorless camera, the DSLR, even cinema camera route, if you get a mirrorless camera, a good body will be a decent body will be costing you £1,000. If you want to get a really good one, a couple of grand, and then you've got your lenses, decent one, a few £100, £400, something like that. So and then you need a memory card, you need a tripod. So that'll be setting you back a couple of grand. You can maybe get something for about 1,500 if you're using a kit lens. So that's your option if you're going to be doing that. But there's a learning curve with that. With your phone, lesser a learning curve. It's pretty intuitive. And I know a lot of people with phones, a lot of videographers, they'll say, "Oh, download this app and use this and manually control your settings and all that kind of thing." But at the end of the day, I provide my business provides videography services and digital marketing, paid ads, websites, stuff like that, social media. Um, I do shoot in manual because you've got more control over, if the lighting changes, you've got control over that. But what I would advise for most people is shoot in auto. Shoot something in auto. Does it really matter if your shutter speed's a bit high? And do you really need to look for things like motion blur and and make it cinematic and stuff like that? Done's better than perfect. Not, I'm not a believer in overthinking things and being too anal about not getting started, because that can be a big recipe for not even finishing things or not even getting started in the first place. So be a finisher, but be a starter, to get the ball rolling with things. So yeah, look, if you're a micro business owner and you're watching this, and you don't have enough work in, there's three ways of getting business in. There's paid ads, there's outreach, and there's content. So creating videos, you can do it with your time. If you're cash poor, but you're time rich, you've got your time on your hands. You can create videos, get some videos out there. Yeah, hit record, create a video, have an idea. I'll give you a generic idea now, right? So I'll chat GPT this. So give me a 30-second video idea that can be applied to any business. The number one FAQ that most, I don't know what this is going to do, that most prospects ask, what we're going to get. So this is a 30-second universal video idea based on one FAQ every business gets. Let's talk about pricing and why we're not hiding it. Right. So everyone asked this, so let's just get real about it. How much does it cost? Here's the truth. Pricing depends on what you need. We're not the cheapest, and we're not trying to be, because we focus on doing it right. Because if you pay cheap, you pay twice, don't you? Didn't say it in the script, I just said that. So it's about doing it right, not just doing it fast. But we are transparent and will never surprise you with hidden fees. That's important. Nobody wants hidden fees, do they? If you want a ballpark figure, message us. If you want a custom quote, book a quick call. So it's going to be a discovery call, a clarity call. This is a good one. I'm going to use this. Either way, we'll be straight with you. This is great. So this can be applied to any business. Now I'm going to say apply it to, I'm going to actually say apply it to a random business. Apply this to a random business. You pick the niche, 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 the niche, niche. How much does a wedding photographer really cost? With really in italics. Let's talk about the question every couple asks first. How much do you charge? And obviously, without even reading this, I know it's going to be, it depends. How long's a piece of string? Here's the thing, it depends on the day, the hours, the travel, and the experience you want. I'm not the cheapest, and that's intentional. You only get one shot at this. I make sure that every moment is captured beautifully with no corners cut. Want a quick estimate? Shoot me a message. Want a custom quote that fits your day? Let's chat. No pressure, just transparency. Right. Another one. Another question. Give me the second best question. So this is a video script that you can use for your business. Now the prompt, it was just two prompts into ChatGPT to give you your first script. So give me a 30-second video idea that can be applied to any business, the number one FAQ that most prospects ask, and it gave me that. Now I said, apply this to a random business, you pick the niche. For that prompt, you put your niche in. So if you're a locksmith, you do it for a locksmith. Yeah. Now, if you want to do this really well, if you want to, if you've got any, um, if you've got any videos already, you've already done a video, then you can feed in the script from that and ask ChatGPT to do that in your tone of voice as well, and you know, and that can get you good results as well. So that's a little tip there for you as well. Right. So I'm going to say, give me the second best idea this time for dentists. See how this turns out. Right. Will it hurt? So, does it hurt? Let's talk about that. Scared it's going to hurt? You're definitely not alone. Dental anxiety is real. That's why we take extra steps to make you comfortable. From gentle numbing to stress-free check-ins, most patients are shocked on how painless it actually is. If it's been a while since your last visit, message us. No judgment, no pressure, just care that puts your comfort first. So, so yeah, creating videos, I would suggest scripting, but when it comes to whether to get a teleprompter or not, and there's some teleprompter apps that you can have on your phone. The tips that I give you with that is be quite, don't be too close to your phone, or you'll see your eyes going, from left to right. That's why your onboard mic is going to be pretty good. Like I said, iPhone 15, iPhone 16, 4 microphones, really good quality. But you probably want to be some distance if you do another teleprompter. Another technique is I use DaVinci Resolve most of the time and Adobe Premiere Pro to edit videos. You can get CapCut. So if you do it line by line, and then you can really practice on your tonality. So rather than a teleprompter, you could do each line and rehearse it that way. So you could go, scared it's going to hurt, and then look at your next bit, and then look at your camera. You're definitely not alone. Let's say my camera over here, yeah? Dental anxiety is real. That's where I take extra steps to make you comfortable. That's as much as, you need. That's why we take extra steps to make you feel comfortable. But it's all about authenticity, and you don't want it to feel too wooden, rehearsed, or anything like that. So yeah. Right. So that is the end of this video. I'm Michael Greenwood. I hope you have got something from this, in terms of education or entertainment or anything like that. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you next time.